Hi, everyone. I'm Curator Lisa D'Amico, and I'm here today with author and psychotherapist Adam Neal. Welcome, Adam. Thank you so much for speaking with me today. I'm very excited about my Come As You Are art exhibit that's being hosted by the Cultural Alliance of Western Connecticut. And I really wanted to speak to you because of the theme of this exhibit and your work and your writing. So I'd love for you to get us started on this conversation.
Thank you so much, Lisa. It's such an honor to get to speak to you and to everyone. I have written a book called Bods Among Men. And the purpose of the book for me was to talk about body change and body awareness and body acceptance amongst men of the queer community, and identifying in many different ways. In terms of body acceptance, there are so many psychological and social implications to how we look at our body. And while the focus is so much about looking at our body and how we perceive our body when we look in the mirror, or how we believe people perceive us when they look at our body, I try to take a focus more about body acceptance and functionality. We're so focused on how our appearance is that we tend to lose sight of, well, one, the things we like about our body when we consider the parts of our body. So to be strengths based and look at that, it's not as if we just have one thing we could like or dislike about our bodies. And also, in terms of functionality, what do we like our body to do? People talk about going to the gym to somehow fix parts of their body or improve the look of parts of their body, but people tend not to think so much about how moving their body in different ways allows them to experience the strengths, positivity, and benefits of their bodies. So I like to encourage people to consider their body not just as an object to be looked at or appreciated aesthetically, but also to consider ways to think about what our bodies are capable of doing, what we would like our bodies to be able to do better, or ways that we can challenge ourselves to access parts of our body in different ways. So even doing something like painting or playing a musical instrument involves our body physically. And so to go along with this acceptance, there's this kind of kinesthetic awareness that I like to support in people. Because after all, most of the time, our bodies are not we're not spending too much time looking at our bodies, hopefully, on a daily basis as we go about our lives. We're spending much more time embodying our bodies and being within them. So when it comes to the connection between body image and mental wellness or well-being, I actually think it's more important that we acknowledge the ways that our bodies work for us rather than considering the way that they look to us and to others. We also tend to be so judgmental of ourselves, and so much of that is reinforced by the culture. So yeah, I try to think about it in terms of what we can do in those ways, and to try to change people's thinking a little bit about how they consider their body. And what is it to make a neutral observation of our body versus needing it to be either a compliment or an insult? And so one of the exercises I talk about in my book is about the idea of neutral body observations and how we can kind of dequalify good, bad, attractive, unattractive from, some of our body-oriented vocabulary. What might it be like to just describe in a neutral way our body? And that's something that a lot of people haven't considered. So there's an example of one thing that I've done. Regardless of one's sexuality, one's age, one's cultural background, there are so many different implications when we consider body image. And it continues to change over time. In one culture, in today's climate, body image means someone that's particularly skinny, or you can see the muscles in one, and then in another culture that would be, you know, indicative of lacking wealth, or you know, or of not taking care of one's body because you don't have that fullness. So all of these different factors are very, you know, they're socially, culturally mediated. We're told what a good body is supposed to look like, but we're not told so much about what a good body is supposed to be able to do. And rather than kind of this dichotomy of either a body is sick or a body is well from a medical standpoint, we're really not made to consider all of the capabilities of our bodies, yeah, and how that can be reflective of our body image or the way we consider our body. So hopefully that gives a little bit of insight into some other body image considerations and modes of acceptance.
Adam, thank you so much. You've given me so much food for thought. And I'm sure everyone listening will agree with me. And I hope everyone will also check out your book. I'll put the link in the post for this. And Adam, again, many thanks, and keep doing what you do. You make such a huge difference.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Thank you, everyone.